know what needs to happen. We play our game and take what's ours. Okay? Let's do this.
So here's Miami's starting group. Dang and Bosch are the 3 and 4. Johnson is out there with Kyrie Irving, and it's Best in at the center position. And for the Pistons, Reggie Jackson out there with Jody Meeks. Then there's Andre Drummond. Then it's Ilyasova, and it's Morris in at the small forward position. And those are exactly the kind of words you expect to hear coming from him. Hello, basketball fans. You've got it on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you an exciting NBA basketball game. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. And joining us in a bit later from the sidelines, Doris Burke. Now a chance to check out our starting lineups. And guys, what are we going to be looking for in this one from Insanity?
And Steve, near the bucket, he's one of the best finishers around. I mean, he does a great job of using his strong body to fight through contact and get to the rack.
The Detroit Pistons preparing to defend home court in this Eastern Conference battle. They went to Miami for their last meeting with the Heat and came out with a win. An incredible season series, complete domination. They've won all the matchups so far.
And really an emphatic win for them, especially considering that it came in an opponent's building, and there's no question it was their offense that carried it.
I love the way they went and got this game, Greg. I mean, they attacked at every opportunity, never relaxed or sat back, and as a result, they eventually pulled away.
No tip required when you got room to make the stuff.
That's some powerful second chance points right there.
Yeah, and guys, not wasting any time, just straight back up with it.
It's his first trip to the line. Good on both. And guys, Andre Drummond has made quite an impression in the early stages of his career. Clark, you were just talking about that. Greg, I don't think anyone felt he would have such an impact this fast.
Yeah, I mean, he's already a mountain of a man among boys. I mean, it's hard to believe when you look at this guy out there. He's only 22 years old.
Looking at Miami, they took their win in their last game against Orlando.
And if you look at the box score from that game, guys, the first thing you'll notice is how many turnovers they forced.
And one thing the box score doesn't show us is how many points came as a direct result of those turnovers. But I think it was a huge factor.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Kevin, I had a chance to talk with head coach Eric Spoelstra. He said we've been playing some of our best basketball on offense of late and continued not a lot of mistakes, guys going to where they should be, setting good solid screens. Really, I can't ask for much more from them on the offensive end. Obviously, something he hopes can keep going here.
Doris, thanks. Guys, shooting is a chief concern for them.
And if that is the focus, then their ball movement is going to have to be sharp today.
It's very rare that you see a team shoot the ball well without moving it well. And that's the hidden message when the coach talks about their shooting. Beautiful finger roll to cap that drive off. He knows how to finish with some flair and flavor, guys.
Drummond sets the screen for Jackson. Smooth as silk on the finger roll.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
Here's Best. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. 6 points for Insanity.
They're off and running. Good start here. They've knocked down 4 of their first 5.
Doubled by Best. And for Detroit, they come in off a good outing against the Washington Wizards.
And really complete control of that game. If you recall, guys, they made sure they didn't have to sweat that one out down the stretch.
They didn't make any mistakes, kept everything tight, and coasted to the finish line.
Now here's Johnson, who's coming off a 13-point game against Orlando. Outside Irving. 6 on the shot clock. Rebounded by Jackson.
If they could end every possession with that shot, they'd be happy. 9 times out of 10, that's an easy layup for them.
Now the dish to Ilyasova. Pass to Morris. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Morris has got his first bucket of the night.
I'll tell you what, the post play has been rock solid right off the bat.
It really has. And they've created a lot of high percentage shots in the paint here already. Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
Here's Meeks after the made shot from Best.
Fellas, that two-hand monster slam was vicious.
I don't think there was anyone, and I mean anyone, that could have stopped him on that one.
I tell you what, I'm glad they didn't try, because somebody might have got their feelings hurt. And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
Jackson is doubled. Pistons trailed by 4. A baseline J, and there's Ilyasova on the assist by Morris. Ilyasova's got his first points in this one. He kicks it to Dang, and he can't bank that one in. Jackson passes to Morris. Jackson is doubled. Ilyasova back to Jackson. Into Drummond. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
The Heat have gone 6 of 9, shooting it well.
And Detroit was a 32-50 record last season. They didn't have any help from the schedule. They had a total of 22 back-to-back series on the year, tied for most in the league.
Well, he's an undersized center, but he more than makes up for it with some serious leaping ability.
Now, here's Meeks. And right now he's averaging about 7 points a game. Doubled by Best. Like you just said, the Pistons had a ton of back-to-back games. 44 were part of their back-to-backs, over half their schedule. Clark, they went 15 and 29 in those games.
And that's part of the reason why the NBA wanted to examine the schedule. I mean, it was a tough year for the Pistons. It's hard to get any momentum when you're playing that many back-to-backs.
Now here's Johnson. Irving attacking. Here's Best. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
And that's an example of willpower right there, guys. I mean, grabbing the offensive rebound and then going back up strong.
And GA, in a close game like this where every possession is critical, that could prove to be a very big one.
Boy, it sure could, Kevin. I mean, he salvaged 2 big points for them off that miss.
Here's Ilyasova, and it's blocked by Bosh. Johnson outside. Outside Bosh. On the wing, Irving. Back to Bosh. Heat moving the ball around. Shot clock at 5. Irving. And it's sent back by Drummond. And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession. And Miami calls their first time out of the game.
Andre Drummond is a big guy. At the NBA Draft Combine, he measures 7 feet tall with a 7'7" wingspan. And he tipped the scales at 280 pounds. That's a super heavyweight, my friend.
Tries a 3 off the inbound. And yes, sir, that one drops. 17 points for Insanity.
They've worked hard and created great chances for themselves in this opening quarter.
And if they match that effort at the defensive end, watch out.
It's tipped. It's stolen by Dang. And even 3-on-3 break. Irving dishes to Dang. Left side, Dang. Down low, Best. Johnson, lock at 6. And again, Miami with the triple.
It's been a very efficient first quarter for him. He's creating good opportunities and converting those that he creates.
Pistons trailed by 10. Jackson with it. Guarded now by Irving. Jackson kicks to Morris. Doubled by Best. Feeds it to Jackson. Ilyasova passes to Jackson. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down.
It's like everybody is in a rhythm right now. Incredible stuff here early on.
Both teams playing downhill. You know, coaches say that all the time. You want to play downhill. Well, at some point you think somebody's got to cool off in this one, right?
That is good.
Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
Yeah, the defense is all about disrupting timing and spacing, and what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
Now here's Jackson. 14 points from him the last game against Washington.
And how about the extraordinary display of his passing in that game? He was making all the right decisions and had their offense humming.
Morris with the bucket.
He might not have the long-range ability of some other guys, but he will knock down open ones like that.
Dishes to Dang. Dang off the pick from Best. And it's Johnson penetrating. The kick out to Dang. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Pistons trailed by 7. He dishes it to Jackson. Back to Morris. He feeds it to Meeks. Into Drummond. Marvelous lead pass, and he throws it down.
Boy, he made a nice little bounce pass there. We call that the pocket pass, and he did it well.
The Pistons have gone 1 of 3 to start off the second quarter. We've got Reggie Jackson. Andre Drummond is out there with Ilyasova. Then it's Jody Meeks. And it's Morris in at the 3 spot. That's the group for Detroit right now. Ilyasova, a screen on Deng. And out of bounds as the Heat gain possession. As the playoffs near, let's take a look at the Eastern Conference standings. Take a look at the Heat. What a run they've had this year. In first place and charging seemingly at will toward the postseason. These guys have been outstanding. And checking out Detroit, they're in the 4th position.
And I think for Miami, they've had a dream season. And I think they're only going to get stronger as we approach the postseason.
It really is amazing how far they've come in the course of one season. From afterthought to title contenders.
From past the arc. And again, it's the Heat missing. Deflects the pass. Pistons trailed by 7. And Doris Burke has a report for us from the sideline.
Hi, Kev. Insanity in their last time out against the Magic was simply terrific. He ended with 28 points and added 3 rebounds as well. Truly impressive numbers from him in a stellar performance. What a special night.
Great job, Doris. Thank you, guys. It's going to be very interesting to see if he can stay in a role like that tonight.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes those hot streaks can last for days, and I'm sure they'll be feeding him the basketball, hoping he's still got that mojo working.
Well, they ought to. I mean, when you've got a thoroughbred like him, I think you've got to ride him for as long as he'll carry you.
Jackson, he's guarded by Johnson. And Drummond kicks to Jackson. Shoots from the elbow, and he hits the jumper for 2. Jackson's got 8 points.
The entire defense was frozen foot. Nobody picked up the shooter, Kevin.
Dragic against Jackson. Johnson dishes to Bosh. Back to Johnson. 3-pointer. They grab their own miss. Deng kicks to Dragic. Now the feed to Bosh. He passes to Johnson. Johnson off the pick from Best. The pass to Bosh. Some nice ball movement here by the Heat. Goes up again. Count that one. 19 points for Insanity.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Pistons trailed by 10. Ilyasova passes to Drummond. And it's off the back rim. No good.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
Johnson goes in, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Johnson's got 7.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
Yeah, it's a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he's on the money, that's no doubt. The Heat making a switch here. Irving's checked in. Now here's Jackson. He's got 8. Meeks dishes to Jackson. This is it to Meeks. Just 5 to shoot. Detroit needs to get off a shot. And Jackson with the basket on the assist by Meeks. And that's now 11 points for Reggie Jackson.
And finally, it looks like he's gotten his feet under him in terms of his offense.
Johnson goes in. Irving with the ball. Guarded now by Jackson. Here's Best. Kicks it out to Johnson. Pass to Best. Johnson against Drummond. Pass to Best. Kicks it to Bosch. Right side Bosch. Back to Irving. There's the pass to Best. Shot clock at 6. That's good. The Insanity's got 5 points now in the quarter. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Heat.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
You know, adding on to that, they've done a great job of challenging and changing shots in this first half, and they've gotten some blocks as well.
Here's Irving following the basket by Marcus Morris. Bosch kicks to Irving. Back to Bosch. He passes to Best. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession.
And with the pause in the action, let's look at the numbers for Andre Drummond. 3rd in rebounding, 3rd in shooting percentage, and he provides that deterrent around the rim, ranking among the top 15 league-wide in blocks per game.
Tell you what, man, he has an instinct for how the shot's going to come off that rim, and he goes after it. That's why he's one of the best rebounders in the game.
Best passes to Irving. Best. Jennings with the double team. Outside Dang. Irving attacking. And the shot is good.
Defender a little hesitant to offer resistance as he bursts to the hoop.
Out of bounds. Pistons ball as Detroit keeps possession. And let's quickly check in on the season's top rookie rebounders so far. Well, you take a look at Insanity. No doubt one of the most efficient rebounders in the game.
Already in his first season, he's really a man in the paint. Ready-made with the strength and determination to make his presence felt.
Well, what he lacks in experience, he makes up for with toughness and hustle. And rebounding is one of those skills you can develop early, and he's been the best at it so far.
Pocket 2, Jackson. It's hauled in by the Heat.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Here's Hudrick. The 12-point lead, their biggest of the game. Back to Bosch. Bosch gets a screen from Best. The shot by Irving. Basket is good. The assist from Bosch. Irving's got his second bucket of the game to go. So it's Detroit now.
Just some amazing stats put up by Chris Bosh early in his career, but having been in the shadow of LeBron and D. Wade over the past few seasons, one wonders if Bosh is now a little bit underrated. He's talented and gives you everything you want from the power forward spot.
Udonis Haslem is checked in for Chris Bosh. Now here's Jennings, defended by Best. All alone. The fast break ends at the rim with a jam.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look back on at the end as a difference maker.
And Dang, here we go. Passes to Best. Kept alive. Dang with the bucket.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Yeah, they have really owned the interior. You've got to collapse that defense and force them to beat you over the top.
Well, getting back to Chris Bosh, it's always difficult to reshape your game around a superstar teammate. I mean, just ask Kevin Love last year.
You know, it's such a good point. When you think about Bosh, you know, he isn't the kind of guy who demands special attention. You know, he's not mugging for the press. He's not out there for himself. He just really lets his play speak for itself. And you won't find many bigs who are as versatile as he is. And much underrated, I think, as a pick-and-roll defender.
You've got to give them a lot of credit for the job they've done on the backboard.
They've done a lot of things well today, but really it's about what they've done on the backboard that's at the top of that list.
And Udrih kicks to Irving. Best. The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
A rim rucker.
Looked for a second like he might rip the cylinder loose.
I tell you what, that is some grown man strength on that attack.
Detroit with the ball. 55 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Caldwell Pope kicks to Johnson. Knocks down the three ball.
They're having much more success here in the second after missing on a few chances that they had earlier. They've locked in and zoned in here now.
Here's Udrih. Outside Irving. Best. The dish to Udrih. The kick out to Irving. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Irving's got 9 points in the quarter.
And boy, has he picked it up since the start of the second. His shots now starting to fall.
Inside, plays it up and banks it in.
You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash mouth basketball, guys.
All about imposing your will offensively, getting exactly the kind of looks their coach drew up.
And stolen by Udrih. Pass to Best. Jennings with the steal. From half court, no luck. And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair. Miami ahead. As we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started.
Been a big game for Insanity. He's got 26 points, and he's played the role of the pest today, too. I mean, he's caused a bunch of turnovers.
And it also tells you just how high his basketball IQ is. I mean, seeing plays develop before anyone else does on the court.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. On the floor for Miami. Best, he's in at center. Dang and Bosh are the 3 and 4. Johnson is out there with Kyrie Irving.
He's their go-to guy, and when he shoots the ball like he has today, that's what the scoreboard usually looks like.
Pistons shooting the ball really well in this game, 58%. Ilyasova is screen on Irving. Jackson kicks to Meeks. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Jackson's got 3 assists in the game.
And also, if you watch him on the defensive end, you can see how tough it is to screen him off a play. I mean, he goes through it, around it, or under. He finds a way to shake off screens.
Now here's Jackson, and they double up Jackson. Meeks dishes to Jackson. He kicks it to Morris. Feeds to Ilyasova. 6 to shoot. It's good from the top of the key. Ilyasova's got his second basket.
That's how to orchestrate for your teammate. Terrific pass.
Best. And he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
The one-hand slam is so sweet when it's his hand doing the slam.
Oh, yeah, he is so smooth, even on a power finish like that.
And really, that's what makes him unique, that combination of power and polish.
That's his first personal foul, first team foul.
Just over a minute and a half have passed here in the third quarter. Here's Jackson. His 3-pointers off the mark. Miami's gone 6 of 14 with the 3 ball tonight, just a little over 40%. The kick out to Irving. Clock at 6. Stolen by Jackson. Morris kicks to Drummond. Banked in off the glass. Drummond's got 10 points in the game.
Well, that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, nice job there, Greg. Recognizing the opportunity was there to push it, and then excellent execution.
Out of bounds, Detroit takes possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Detroit's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Jackson passes to Ilyasova, and he gets it to go. He's got 6.
Everything working for him out of the half as they've hit 4 of their first 5 shots.
Irving kicks to Bosh. Back to Irving. Pass to Best. With the lead pass. Parked down low that time, and he got the 3-second call.
You can see where the Pistons rank in the league stats over these last 10 games now. 8th in fewest turnovers per game. 11th in three-point field goal percentage. And then the top half of the league in getting high percentage shots as well. Not too shabby.
And call me crazy, but I really believe turnovers are one of those game-changing stats. Their ability to avoid those miscues and make the right play consistently has been tremendously important.
Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. Here's Meeks. 5 points in the game. Clock at 4. Pistons trailed by 20. Jackson, he's guarded by Johnson. Rejected by Best. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Here is the 2K leaderboard in the season's second half. These teams have been really passing the ball well. Number 1, the Heat.
Clearly, this group's on the same page offensively, and the chemistry continues to improve as well. The assist totals off the charts.
The drive by Bosh. Dishes it to Irving. Rebound, Detroit. Drummond's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Well, what a season for Kyrie Irving last year. Huge moments for him. 57-point outburst against San Antonio. That was a new franchise record for the Cavs.
I think a lot of it was finally being able to play with other All-Stars, quite honestly, Kevin. But you can't discount the work Irving put into the offseason to be ready for the regular season.
And Drummond throws it down.
And can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
And there's the pass to Best. He dishes it to Bosh. Some nice ball movement here by the Heat. Best passes to Bosh. Bosh gets a screen from Best. Here's Irving. Rebound, Andre Drummond. Drummond's got 5 rebounds tonight. Morris dishes to Meeks. Outside Jackson. Unloads from 13. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Drummond having a terrific game. He has 12 points, and he's also got 1 block to add to the mix today.
Yeah, and that's just a small part of what we've seen, but it's been a solid contribution defensively.
The first free throw is good. He's off on the second.
And in today's NBA, it's all about spacing on offense. It used to be more about finding matchups to exploit. Now it is all about opening up great looks by spreading the floor.
And here's Meeks. He has 5. Outside Jackson. He feeds it to Drummond. Jackson setting the pick here for Drummond. And Ilyasova kicks to Jackson. And it's blocked by Dang. They recover it. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Here's Irving. 9 points in the game so far. Irving gets a screen from Best. Irving drives in. The kick out to Dang. The feed to Irving. Left side, Irving. Bosh, 5 to shoot. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. That's now 8 points for Chris Bosh. And with great spacing in the NBA, you need great shooting. More than ever, shooting and spacing, Clark, are at a premium in the NBA for teams.
Yeah, well, it starts with point guards being able to break down defenses and get into the lane to create open shots. You want to be able to create space for the point guards to drive, so you need shooters on the wings.
And what's your take, guys, in the hustle stats for Miami?
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
Yeah, and also the way they've been able to generate points off of the turnovers that they forced tonight has also helped.
Here's what Miami's going with right now. Gerald Green, he's checked in for Dang. And it's Udrih in for Kyrie Irving. Here's Best. Rebounded by the Pistons. Drummond's got 8 rebounds in this game. Kicks it to Jennings. Up and in on the layup. Jennings has got 6 points.
How about that, going up strong? I mean, he doesn't care how much height he's giving up. It's attitude with him.
Bosh kicks to Udrih. He passes to Johnson. Here's Best. Leads him in there. Bosh. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. So for the Pistons, Aaron Baines comes in for Andre Drummond. And Joel Anthony's subbed in for Ilyasova. Now here's Jennings. He has 6. Now a timeout called by Detroit. One of the stories here, insanity, getting it done today.
He's really taking it to him inside. They got to find a way to slow him down.
They double him with Green. Jennings kicks to Caldwell Pope. The feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful.
Took advantage of some shoddy defense there. They've got to at least get a finger on it.
Passes it to Best. There's the dish to Bosh. Here's Best, covered by Anthony. Snatched away. Now Meeks. He has 5. Knocks it loose. Pass to Jennings. To the inside. Shot's good by Baines.
Boy, he picked him out brilliantly with that feed inside.
Oh, Heat leading by 19. Pass to Best. Takes the 3. Rebounded by the Pistons.
He had 6 points from long range in the first half, but nothing's falling here since.
Jennings with the ball. Now defended by Best. Green with the block.
With the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in control of this game.
And no doubt about it, rebounding is an effort stat, folks. They've been more determined than their opponent thus far.
Now here's Jennings. After the miss from Best, it's back to Jennings. Anthony with the screen on Johnson. Meeks inside the three-point line. That falls. Great assist by Brandon Jennings. Jennings has got 3 assists tonight. The pass to Best. On the wing, Johnson. Some nice ball movement here by the Heat. Best's shot is good. Insanity's got 13 points in the second half.
Strong work for him at the offensive end, helping them to maintain that lead.
Pistons trailed by 20. Shots good by Baines.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 points coming from inside the painted area.
And really something that the defense has to address.
Udrih, the pass to Best. Bosh. Here's Best, covered by Anthony. Feeds to Johnson. To the middle, here's Best. Bosh against Jennings. To the paint. Here's the break. And Brandon Jennings gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Yeah, but in this case, I think he got it right. I mean, the defender was still moving there and never really had good legal guarding position. He wasn't set.
Amar'e Stoudemire is checked in for Miami. Winslow comes in for Gerald Green. Pistons trailed by 20. Jennings with the ball. He has 6. No one near him. Again, the Pistons good for 2.
Well, he certainly isn't the one to blame for them being in the hole. He's been on the money with his game.
And guys, Brandon Jennings last season looked like he was finally becoming more efficient. He shot at the upper range of his career field goal percentage from 3 and the free throw line. And then suddenly the Achilles ended his season at 41 games played. Really unfortunate.
1:22 left to play here in the third. Detroit's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Johnson kicks to Bain. Shot's good by Anthony.
Really strong rebounding on the interior, and he gets the easy putback.
Here's Best. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
They're straying away from the three-point game here in the second half. And that's fine as long as they're on the lead and they're getting good shots. They've decided not to take nearly as many three-pointers in this half.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pistons. Andre Drummond's checked in for Aaron Baines. Ilyasova comes in for Joel Anthony. Marcus Morris is checked in for Johnson. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Spencer Dinwiddie. It's deflected. It's stolen by Morris. Outside Jennings. Morris kicks to Drummond.
Boy, the effort was there, but he just couldn't quite fight his way through traffic.
The Heat leading by 21. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Pass to Best. He kicks to Dragic. Best. Into Stoudemire. These are his 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low numbers.
And somehow it's become a real struggle at the free throw line. He's lost his way there. I mean, he's not having anywhere near the same success he had there last season.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. From midcourt, can't get it to go. The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. Heat out front, running away with it. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the 4th quarter of action when we
Tune in this Wednesday night.
Welcome back, folks. Thank you for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports as we get set to get going once again. Hey, during the break, players getting a chance to refuel and hydrate with some Gatorade as there is more basketball in store. Marcus Morris is out there with Ilyasova. Then there's Reggie Jackson. Then there's Jennings. And it's Drummond in at the 5 spot. That's the group for Detroit right now. Here's Best, guarded by Jackson.
And the Executive of the Year award is an odd one. I mean, given yearly to the executive that was deemed to have had the best year with their roster, that is perhaps the hardest thing to evaluate.
Morris, left side, all sorts of time. Not enough on that one as it misses.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Dishes to Haslam. Offensive rebound. And there's the rejection. And they get it back. Dragic gets the bucket. About a minute played here in the 4th quarter. And, well, Detroit shooting 55% from the floor. They're feeling very confident offensively. And for the Executive of the Year award, it's hard to evaluate because for GMs, Clark, it takes years of moves to reach a certain point.
Yeah, it's an annual award, but it's awarded for years of decisions, if that makes any sense. One big signing or trade isn't quite enough to win the award.
And the Heat making a change here. Here's Tolliver, and there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Shooting free throws.
That one is off. So neither attempt will fall that time for him.
Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second despite being down.
That's exactly when you need to be aggressive, Greg. You know that. I mean, another good job, though, of drawing contact and getting to the free throw line.
Best passes to Haslam. 4 on the shot clock. That doesn't go in either for Irving. Irving's gone just 1 of 4 from deep. Caldwell Pope dishes to Tolliver. He feeds it to Drummond.
Tremendous effort. I mean, this guy has already cracked double digits on the backboard.
And those rebounds lead the team. I mean, he's been the tone setter for him today in terms of work ethic and glass eating.
Just didn't get his hands up in time on that one. They weren't on the same page there.
The Heat making a switch here. For Detroit, they've gone 0 of 3 to start the fourth quarter. Here's Dinwiddie. On the wing, Johnson. That one falls, coming off Dinwiddie's feet.
You know, something that's floating around in the sports world and in the NBA is reseeding after the playoffs start. And for those of you who may not understand the situation, it's simply saying that no matter what, Heat would play the lower seeded team, however you get to those numbers. Most any NBA player can make you pay when you leave them that wide open. That's why you have to stay alert on defense.
I got yours.
He dishes it to Caldwell Pope. Rebound by the Heat. The Insanity's got rebound number 15 here tonight. The feed to Whiteside. Heat moving the ball around. Best passes to Green. Into Whiteside. Poke loose. It's stolen by Anthony. And it's Johnson penetrating. Caldwell Pope.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look back on at the end as a difference maker.
And Hassan Whiteside of Miami had the breakout year of all breakout years. Clark, he blew up in the right way last season. Averaged a double-double over 48 games.
Yeah, and great to see for Whiteside because he did have some issues prior to the breakout year. And it's nice to see him find his stride and produce with that awesome talent he has.
And Miami going with a whole new group out there. Jackson, that's good. The Heat leading by 22 and stolen by Drummond. Outside Jackson lets it go from deep. That's good. Jackson's got 5 points now this quarter.
And talking about Whiteside, he isn't completely out of the woods yet. I mean, after a couple of ejections last season, his teammates publicly condemned his actions. They questioned his maturity, challenged him to be more reliable. And for the most part, he was after those incidents.
6 on the shot clock. Miami needs to get a shot off. Johnson from outside. Morris with the rebound. Pistons trailed by 19.
And you know, the thing about Whiteside, guys, when he's right, he's an unbelievable game changer. Second in the league in blocked shots last season. Also posted the second best field goal percentage. The guy can play if he keeps his head squarely on his neck.
Kicks to Bosh. Outside Irving. The 3. Again, the miss by the Heat.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
Jackson down low. He's covered by Whiteside. The drive by Jackson. The 10-footer. And Detroit again with the bucket.
And looking a lot better now, but still a long way to go to get back into this one.
Well, I like the fact that we can still see a flicker of a flame burning. They haven't given up or given in. They've picked it up at both ends and right now on a nice run.
Johnson, the pass to Best. Outside Bosch. Gives him the lead pass. And that one is hammered home.
And no doubt about it, in order for them to be successful, he has got to be a catalyst when it comes to scoring.
Pistons trailed by 19. And it's out of bounds. The Heat will take it the other way.
Not the kind of pass you want to be making right there. He's lucky it wasn't stolen.
Luol Deng is checked in for Whiteside. Miami's gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 3-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. Best passes to Bosch. Misses from close range. For Detroit, they've gone 5 of 10, 50% from the field. It's Meeks outside. And good on the basket. Book it.
You cannot leave him alone like that, especially from long range.
The Heat leading by 16. Here's Best. Bosch gets a screen from Best. Bosch drives in. On the wing, Irving. 5 on the clock. Johnson. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. And 12 points for Johnson.
First 3 of the half, second of the game. Can he heat up?
Detroit's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. And the foul on Tyler Johnson. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul. Third team foul.
It's stolen by Deng.
How about the reaction time on that pass? Quick. And what good work there to get in the way of it.
Here's Best. The kick out to Bosch. Shot clock at 6. To the inside. And it's sent back by Drummond. Now here's Jackson. He's guarded closely. He passes to Morris. Ilyasova. Great positioning on the putback.
And you can just see he's a different player since coming back from halftime.
Here's Irving. Here's Best. Here's Bosch. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. And the Heat lead by 19. Detroit with the ball. Now, here's Meeks. Lets the 3 fly. Chris Bosch with the rebound. Bosch has got 4 rebounds in this game. A reverse. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. That's on Reggie Jackson. And the first one at the line is good. Well, a scary moment for Chris Bosch last year. Had to be shut down, Greg, as we all know, for the season after a blood clot was found in his lung.
You know, and Kevin, it really puts basketball in perspective. I mean, it happened right after the trade deadline, and obviously a huge blow to the Heat in terms of their push for the postseason. But fortunately, it looks like he's going to make a full recovery and have a huge impact this season.
Here's Best, defended by Drummond. The kick out to Bosch. Outside Irving. 6 to shoot. Puts the lead pass in front of him. On the wing, Deng. From deep. No good. And it's Detroit the other way. The dish now to Meeks. Shoots it. Kyrie Irving grabs the miss.
And if the shot's not there, you've got to understand that. Move the basketball.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not quite sure what his mindset or what he was thinking there. I mean, that was just a terrible shot. You look at the game so far for Johnson. He has 12 points, and he's got 2 baskets from out in three-point land.
And I'm sure they'd like to get a few more of those out of him.
He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line. And guys, for everything we've said about Kyrie Irving over the years, now let's talk about maybe another area, and that is his willingness to give up the ball. LeBron came to town at the beginning of last season. Kyrie didn't even flinch at the prospect of being 1B to 1A. To me, that was a very selfless way of giving the mantle of that team over to LeBron.
I agree with you, and there was some question as to whether Kyrie would be able to do that at this point in his career, but ultimately that's what champions do. Kobe did it for Shaq, Robinson did it for Tim Duncan, and that's really what great players do.
Best to best. Blocked.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
And they double up Jackson. Pass to Meeks. Uncovered. Miami grabs the miss. Tang's got his 4th rebound in this one.
And getting back to Kyrie, many felt the addition of LeBron would cut down on Kyrie's playmaking opportunities. But Kyrie was near his career average in assists last season. That even further indicates how seamlessly the two superstars were able to gel. And that's the dagger right there, really the nail in the coffin.
I'd agree. I mean, they've done a great job of sealing this one, closing it out. And they never backed off, even with the big lead. I love to see teams do that.
A different look for Miami. Into Stoudemire. They kick it out to Green. Back to Stoudemire. The pass to Winslow. Here's Best. Into Green. The lead pass was put in just the right spot.
You know, talking about the effect LeBron had on Kyrie last year, they looked fantastic working together, but the stat sheet also bared that out. Kyrie hit over 40% of his threes for the first time in his career, and he posted the lowest turnover rate of his career, too.
Got a piece of it. Out of bounds. Pistons ball as Detroit keeps possession.
14 seconds on the shot clock.
1:15 left in the 4th quarter. Caldwell Pope, guarded by Green. Caldwell Pope kicks to Tolliver. Johnson dishes to Tolliver. Off target from outside.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady with their work on the interior. Really a well-rounded effort overall.
Rockets the pass to Best. Clock at 6. That's tipped. And here we go. The Pistons fast break. Dinwiddie kicks to Anthony. In transition, here comes Miami. Here's Best. Good.
This is a serious game-clinching run they're on.
Yeah, I agree with you. Just not backing off here. I mean, they're looking to close this one out in style. What a time to have this kind of surge.
The Pistons shooting 44% in the 4th. The offense with some ups and downs. And Insanity picks up the foul. That will get him his 4th foul of the game.
That's his 4th personal foul. 4th team foul.
20 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Doubled by Best. 6 on the shot clock.
Yeah, big blunder there, and that could really cost them.
Yeah, and the timing of it was bad, too. I mean, they're trying to cut down and cut into the lead. Just a tough, bad break there.
A 3-pointer off the mark. Here's Caldwell Pope. Misses. And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony,
You had 10 assists tonight. Any perspective on how you led the way with your assists?
I would say that as a team, we've grown more and more comfortable with the offense. The more I learn the nuances of what we're trying to do in our half-court sets, the more at ease I am to make a play. Tonight, I felt very comfortable, and it was just a matter of making the right decision with the ball and hitting my teammates for easy baskets. And when you keep the game simple like that, it often results in wins.